podcast is in the building.
Vontae Type Davis, right back at you with another one. Thanks, man.
Yo. Rize Podcast family, how everybody doing tonight? How y'all feeling? Hope everybody had a great day today. My bad, I'm trying to get set up. Hope everybody had a great day today, man. Glad y'all here. Make sure y'all hit that like button for y'all coming to the building. Man. Oh, I hope everybody had a good day. I had a great one myself. So I hope y'all did too. We just getting started. I wanted to get started on time because Jay Hardcore had a lot of lip, and I ain't for his Movie King be in the building in 1 second. I got faith in him. There you go, Smoothie King. My God, what's happening, champ?
Man,
how you feeling today?
Yo, I'm just shit crazy. I'm just hanging in there.
Right, yo.
It's just, it is what it is, man. I'm just trying to navigate. Dude, don't skip me, yo.
What's on your mind, champ? Tell me about
it. Don't skip me, yo. Yeah, it is what it is. What's going on, everybody in the chat?
What happened today?
Man, this bull crap. It's all good. I've been, but I don't break. I've been, but I don't break, champ.
Ain't no breaking.
How Junior do?
He did good.
Yeah.
Coach Calvin was picking with him. But he do good. He doing good. You know, he gotta get back right.
Yeah.
I gotta get some of that weight up off of him.
You know how that is.
Well, I think he's gonna get a growth spurt though. He
is. He watch. When he hit that growth spurt, it's gonna be a wrap. It gonna be a wrap, yo. When he hit that growth spurt, man.
Mm-hmm.
When he hit that, yo,
gonna be murder.
It's gonna be a wrap, yo.
I'm waiting on you. I ain't get the sponsors out the way yet.
You did?
Nope.
All right, let me get this sponsors out of the way. I was on the phone talking about some stuff, but I was trying to Mr. Bernard. So he said he would come on.
You sending the link?
No. I got his number.
Text me his number.
All right, that's what I'm trying to do now, champ. Let me okay. That's what I'm gonna do.
I probably got it and just don't know what I gotta store it under.
Store it. Let me see.
No, I ain't stored in here. Mm-hmm. Bear with us, y'all. Y'all know Squeeze is a smart. He not a smart user.
Nah.
Man, what's going on, everybody? Man, while Squeeze working on that, man, I'm gonna chop it up with y'all. Man, oh man, great weekend for boxing. I woke up with a smile on my face on a Monday, man. Man, all the talks, all the, you know what I mean? We got Mid Killer B, Jalil Major Haggett, Malik the King Warren coming up. This weekend. We also got Ryan fight this weekend too, don't he?
Who?
Ryan.
Yeah. All right, let me get the sponsors out of the way.
All right.
All right, y'all. How y'all doing? Sorry about that. You know how that is, man. Always something. 5-time world champ, 4 different weight classes. First ballot Hall of Fame. And happy Monday to everybody, too, man. Just like I always say, man, you need, you got to talk about stuff. Can't hold it in, man. You got to let it out. Find somebody you could talk to and get it off your chest. Get it out, 5-time world champ, 4 different weight classes. First ballot Hall of Famer. Baltimore's own GTD Promotions. Shout out the redesigning minds, one mind at a time. We know a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Shout out to www.kenichibed.com. Use code TRP and you'll get 15% off. Also, shout out to www.narslipgallery.org. Use code RISE10. You'll get 10% off. Also, shout out to www.midkillerbee.com. Shout out to EOE, Education Over Everything, Bad Girls Promotions. Rize Inc., thanks for the platform. Four Corners Boxing, Maurice and Jenny Jones. Go over there to 15 Rounds of Boxing. Check their podcast out once a week, every Wednesday. Keep pushing, fellas. I like what y'all doing over there. Shout out the Under Armour. Thanks for all that you do for the gym. Also, don't forget to come on down, man. Get your toiletries from 1901 Pennsylvania Avenue. Surrey's Essentials, man. I'm telling you, top of the line product. Help support Black entrepreneurships. 1901 Pennsylvania Avenue. You get 12 rolls for $7. Come on down and ask about it. And we still got the clothes. You got the holidays coming up. Come on down and do your holiday shopping for the all the proceeds will go to the kids. And shout out the last but not least, the Official Gear Boxing. Me and Senior in the house with all the other fighters. We in there like swimwear. Y'all know what it is. Y'all can say it with me in the chat on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Box raw.
We in the house.
They took care of us too.
Nice.
They took care of us. They hit us hard, yo.
Miss Tonya Vandross Williams Jr. That's how you start the show off. Smooth weekend.
Right back at you with another one. Thanks for the color in the chat. Miss Tonya Vandross Williams Jr. Thanks for the 5-piece McNugget. Yo, another one. Box Raw Rise Family Coaches. Calvin, Kenny, Nikki, Brandy, Hunt, Senior Squeeze, Smoothie King, GTD Bad Girls Promotions. Thanks, Miss Tanya.
Nick Running Band. Miss Serena's in the building. Burberry J. Isaiah McCoy. Fagusta L. Neal. Stretched Out Boxing. Miss Sherrod Whitley. Boxing Jaguar 40. Pound for pound boxing talk. My God. If y'all ain't checking them out, man, make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to Just Do Boxing, man. Shout out to Miss Do and Baby Do, man. They got fire content going over there. So check out Just Do Boxing. Gregory Pratt, Abdul Malik, Uncle Dre Finest is in the building. Hide your handcuffs because he'll cuff the shit out your ass. Branson, what's going on? Blade, Cosmic Lando, Daryl Hopkins, Emmanuel Carter, Alan Johnson, Hello Lift Material Medical Clinic. I'm sorry. Blade is in the building. Warren Holly, Lisa Smith, welcome to the Rise Podcast. Jenny Jones, Maurice Jones, Four Corners Boxing. What's going on? Lincoln Levis, shout out to Jamaica Man in the building. Ernie V, where you been at? Hunter on the Hunt, how's training going? Any updates on competition? Raw Valencia, welcome to the Rise Podcast. Thank you, Lord, for being such a great matchmaker and bringing me an opponent from El Paso, Texas, Angelica Rascon. Okay. Appreciate you, Raul. Alexis McDonald, what's going on, Miss Lady? How are you? Kavion Edwards, how you feeling? Man, we ain't even pay attention. That man got laid down from a body shot. On the Last Stand podcast, Ron Garcia said Tank's power is average. He just has good accuracy. Yeah, well, that man said, no mas. Cash Sports, what's going on? I'm the real deal, Israel. Hope you had a good day at work. Glad you could get home and be here to join us. Man, it's cold, man. Listen, man, I thought it was me. That cold out there ain't the same cold when I was younger, man. I ain't had a coat in a long time. I'm going to buy me a coat this weekend. It's cold. It's cold as hell outside. Smoothie King.
Right back at you with another one. Tanya Vandross Williams Jr. Thanks for the 2-piece McNugget. Smoothie King. Ryan, December the 2nd.
Unheard of. Hey, baby. Platinum Alkaline Waters in the building, man. If you want an exclusive, man, on the water tip and out in Vegas, man, just holler at Platinum Alkaline. They call him Mr. Vegas, man. Did I get everybody? Let me see. Boxing Menu Podcast, man. Make sure y'all go check out the Boxing Menu Podcast, man. If y'all ain't subscribed to them, go check them out. Hold on one second. Oh, we got some fire for y'all tonight. Y'all gonna like this one. Hardcore boxing news, man. Listen, man. You ever had that uncle you want to kick his ass, but you love him so much, so you know what I mean? You just keep writing them passes and passes. That's my Uncle Jay Hardcore, man. That man, he think he is a fly guy, but I might have to put these mitts on his ass, man. So if y'all ain't subscribed to him, make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to Hardcore Boxing News, man. Bring you some fire content over there. Black Fawns, what it do? Big C, man, one of the biggest haters I know. What's happening, Big C? Brashley McClendon, what's going on? Boss is in the building.
Why you gonna do that to Vitamin C, yo?
Million Films, what's happening? Tasha Reese White, what's going on? Big Ray, fun, what it do? That's it. Let's go. Let's get into the show, man.
Yo, that's our boy, yo. He keep it a buck, yo. He don't disappear nowhere.
Listen, ain't no hard feelings, man. He know what it is, man.
He don't disappear nowhere. Plus he support the cause, man. You gotta love him for that, man.
And he walking his truths, man. He the biggest hater.
Yeah. He that's my boy, yo. He funny though, too. Vitamin C funny, yo.
I ride with him.
But he keep it a buck. He don't disrespect nobody. He like who he like, yo. He see what vision he see.
Oh, Big C. Why, there you go. Whatchamacallit, what's happening?
What he do? What my boy do?
I just keep it 100. I say the stuff y'all scared and can't say. Ho, Big C.
There you go. Leave him alone. Let him do his thing, yo. Leave him alone.
All right.
Leave him alone. You know how that's Big C. That's Vitamin C all the way, yo. He gonna eat those words when we put our hands on his boy, Smoothie King. Right back at you with another one. Big Vitamin C, aka Big C. Thanks for the 2-piece McNugget.
Y'all scrap the toy. K Black, what's up? Hey, listen. This guy right here don't need no introduction, but Squeeze, I'm gonna need you to give him the best introduction you can, man.
Man, right here, yo. This Halloween over, but if you miss Halloween and you ain't get no candy, you about to get a trick or treat tonight. And I'm gonna tell you, your parents gonna get mad because y'all about to get a sweet tooth. One of the, I would say, we call Coach Kenny the Bible, but this right here is the coming of the Lord. My main app was Scramble, and he know his stuff about boxing in the words of Roger Mayweather. The one and only future world champion dad and coach, Mr. Bernard Hackett.
What's going on, Mr. Bernard? How you feeling today?
Man, I feel great. How y'all fellas doing?
Man, now that you here, man, I know.
Did I do you right, Mr. Bernard?
Man, you always do everybody right, man. You like the professional game show host, the person that enters all the characters. So you got it down pat.
What's going on, Mr. Bernard? How you feeling? How was your day
Boy,
today?
yo.
Man, we doing good, brother. I'm feeling good. We just great wrap up in the gym. I definitely want to thank y'all for always supporting my son, supporting me. So anytime the job say, hey, are you available? I'm making myself available.
My man.
Oh,
I appreciate that.
Hold up. That's family. Why would we support family?
Man, let me tell you something, bro.
Family. Why would we support family?
Let me be clear. I don't know why it's always been that way, but the last people that usually support you, if you think about it, is your family.
Get him, Mr. Bernard.
They the last to get you, but they the first to ask you.
My man.
No, you know, around here, man, it's big that we support y'all. That's why we here.
Man, y'all always do it. I see how y'all. If anybody who don't know what y'all do and how y'all are, either y'all fuck with a nigga or y'all don't fuck with a nigga. Ain't no in between. Ain't no in between. I'm sorry to say it that way, but ain't no in between. Y'all either all in or all out.
There you go.
And I love and respect that with you.
My man. Ain't no in between, man. So, hey, Mr. Brown, let me dive right in, cause I know you hitting the kite. You on the kite tomorrow, and I just wanted to ask you real quick the basic standard questions that y'all normally get asked. How's my boy weight coming along?
Man, he looking good. He probably like 2 pounds out, and he's still eating. So that's my thing. As long as he eating and drinking, as long as we're getting to come down, we're doing it right. At times, all fighters probably have times where they do it wrong, when they want to, go against the grain, as I like to call it, when your coaches tell you do one thing or eat one thing. But then when they realize when they're at their best or at their most peak performances, when they follow the script, that's when you don't have those issues out of them. So, like I said, he's a big kid, and it already has to be a script to be at 47 because he's just a naturally big guy. So when he follows it and he sticks to the plan, yeah, he's on point. So that's what right now we're on point.
You in my head on that one, because I've been watching your son in the ring for the last 5 years. 5 years, man. And one year I ain't see him like a year, and he came back to the gym, and I said, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
I say, "What the hell?" Y'all like, "Is that Jalil?" They say, "Yeah." I say, "Big as shit." And
man, it came out.
Let me know that he got his father genes in him. He a big boy. So
man, that came out of nowhere.
If Jalil would stop boxing and put down sports, period, tell him, Mr. Bernard, he'll blow right the hell up, wouldn't he?
Man, he'd be about 230.
I'm telling you, man. Jalil is a big man. Jalil's a big boy. So what weight he gonna be campaigning at, Mr. Bernard?
Right now we're campaigning at welterweight, 147 pounds. I think that's what unless something happens and genetics kick in and he just outgrows it, then we're going to be at 47. I would like to be there until he becomes a world champion. Hopefully, we can do that and achieve that goal. And at that point, I think for me, I did what I told my son I would do. I would help guide him as far as to get the world title. But then after that, it becomes his goals. He has goals that he wants to accomplish. He's always said he wanted to be a multi-division world champion. And I used to tell him I didn't think that was possible when he was, 5 years ago. Jalil was little. He was 5'5", 5'6", and fighting at like 126 pounds, something like that.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, he just went up to 6 feet tall, and now he's big. So, when that was done, and I saw him get that size, I started saying your goal might be attainable, Jack, because you just grew out of nowhere.
Hey, Mr. Bernard, keep it a buck with our family in the chat. You ain't even got sugarcoated. You know daggone well you did the same thing Michael Jordan father did when Mike did that spot. He said, let me check the mail, man. Mike went from 5'10" to 6'3".
Man, you know he went. You know, man. You know, 5 years ago we was looking at Jalil might be a good featherweight,
That's
maybe.
what I'm saying.
And then we look up a year later. We talk about he might be a middleweight. Like, come on, man.
Super middleweight if he chose.
Yeah. So that's like I said, them genetics is crazy, man.
Yeah.
So
and I see him in between fights, but he real disciplined because he got you in his corner, and that's a tough balance, man, as a father and a coach. That could be tricky, man. That could be kind of tricky, man, because you don't know who talking sometimes. Is the father in the voice of the coach? If the coach in the voice of the father, or they both in pairing together? And I'm the fighter, and I'm looking like, is that my father talking now, or that's my coach, or is it both of them?
Well, for me, even as an amateur, we established a rule of once we leave the gym, we're father son. When we go in the gym, we're coach fighter. And especially in the amateurs, I had to stick to it. And he would want to continue conversations from the gym when we're in the car. I was like, hey, bro, we not in the gym no more. You Jalil, my son. But let me tell you this. I said, as my son, you have to be quiet when I say be quiet. As the fighter and the coach, we can talk about that. And if you want to talk about it tomorrow, we can talk about it tomorrow. But we're not going to talk about it today. And we carried that into the pros. We have disagreements in the gym. If it was a boxing disagreement, that boxing disagreement stays in the gym till tomorrow. If we have a disagreement at home, when we get to the gym, that was a home disagreement that stays at home until we get back home.
That's interesting. Very interesting.
I'm taking notes, coach.
Yeah, because he in the same situation, and he ain't even start yet. He ain't even really start, but he getting a taste of it because his son-in-law mature for his age. He like got that Ali in him. That you know, he could talk like Ali. He talk while he fighting. He'll say stuff and then go do it. Yeah, he like watch.
What's up, my guy?
He like watch this, but yeah, man, that's like in the gym is coach, but when you in the car is what you say, Dad. You know what I mean? And I think that needs to be addressed to keep the growth going, so he won't know he be able to run to the father side of it when he in the gym. When we in the gym, I'm your coach. Bottom line, and I can't cut you short. You see what I'm saying? And mix the father thing in to play. But I'm gonna ask you, Mr. Bernard, how long do is there a let me ask you, Mr. Bernard, is it a rehydration clause when Jalil fights? Is it a certain limit that he can't go to after he weigh in?
Nah, I've never experienced that in his career.
Got you. Okay. So he can fight at 47. If he come in at 75, it ain't no beef.
Nah.
Okay.
You got to think where we're at in our career. You know, we're trying to grow, we're trying to move up. But when you look at it at the top guys, you know, when you got certain levels of money involved, they negotiate everything.
Man.
And hopefully one day my son will get to the point where he's involved in that level of money. But you know, until that happens, then we're gonna continue business as usual. We will fulfill our obligation, and our obligation was to make 147 on the contract.
Got you. So whatever you agree with on the contract, that's the weight that you proceed to start making. Just like when they come at you, me and you already talked, so I ain't gonna let them know on that. But if something come across the table at 54 and the price right, would y'all take it?
I'm gonna tell you like this. For me, when it's those decisions like that, I'll give my opinion to my son. But at the end of the day, I was the coach in the amateurs, and he did what I said. I'm the coach in the pros, but he's the boss. So if it's a situation where, hey, they offering me $10 million to move up to 54 for this fight, and if he say, I think I can win this fight, that's the only thing I say. Well, I'm never going to train you for money. I'll train you if you think you have a chance to win. Now, if you say, I think I can win if you train me, then my job is to make you the best and come up with the game plan. It's your job to carry out the game plan and execute.
Gosh.
So for me, it would be a yes. If he said, hey, I want to do it, yeah, let's do it. Now, if it was presented to me, once I presented it to him, then he would make the decision on that. That wouldn't be me making the decision on that. That would be him making the decision on that. And as long as that's the process, then I think we never will have an argument. I think sometimes father-son relationships get to the point where the father thinks he always tells his son, I know what's best for you. And sometimes as fathers, we forget that if we're doing our job correctly, we're raising a young man to be a man. So at some point, we have to let him make decisions, and we got to support his decision. If we don't agree with it, we tell him why, but then we don't sit in a position of, I'm going to sit back until I can say, I told you so. And we should try and help the decision become something that could come to fruition.
Got you. So, hey, Mr. Bernard, do y'all know anything about your opponent? And do y'all prepare for your opponent? Do y'all study your opponent? Because I hear some people say, I don't know nothing about him. I'm just gonna go in there and do what I do and let the chips fall where they may. I really don't care too much about that. If I was in there fighting, I would want my coach to say, hey, coach, I need you to go do some work on him and let me know where we go from there.
Well, for me, I like to watch. I'm a connoisseur of the sport of boxing, so I'll watch everybody. I'll watch young fighters coming up. I'll watch older fighters. I'll watch fighters in their prime, and that's because I just love the sport to that level of where I want to watch, and I like to see the chess matches. If my son is a fighter, watches fights, because he does watch fights, that's fine. But if he's saying, as the athlete, I watch, but I don't get so deep to where I'm trying to forecast what could possibly happen if I'm in there with him. I think sometimes it could be detrimental if you think you know so much about somebody. You could avoid something and get hit by something else. For me, I think it also depends on the fighter. If you have a fighter who's an amazing boxer, counterpuncher, those type of things, I think that's that guy that has to maybe put that little extra piece of studying in. But if you got a guy that is a puncher, if you got a guy who's in a weight class where has a physical dominance, to me, if I got that guy, I'm always in the mindset of impose your will. Let's see what he got, because we know physically that part he can't overcome. You could have a guy that's 6'1" and he fights at 147, but he's a big guy. I'm not gonna tell him that we're gonna run from a guy that's 5'6" and he's really a small guy. That doesn't make sense. So I think
that would be me. That would be me. But I'm gonna tell you, if I was fighting your son, I'd use every corner of that motherfucking ring. Yeah. Yeah, I would not go toe to toe, and I try to stay away from those landmine body shots.
You still ain't gonna have nowhere to go because he gonna
Look,
shoot your ass.
hey, look, after I finish holding and hugging him, and get 5 points deducted off the card. See, you ain't gonna be no damn fool and stand there and be no heavy, man.
Hold him. Jalil can fight good on the inside.
Yeah, but I'm saying he don't nobody like to be held. Ain't no wrestling. This boxing.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. He gonna, man. All right, keep thinking you got somewhere to go hold it.
Or I could do like my boy did when Dooku or whatever his name, the African dude, got in the ring, a jug by, and the guy got out of the ring and walked out.
I already say the best thing you could do is what Boo Boo did. Stop this shit now. No more. Stop.
I mean, everybody, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
My man. Yeah, so
What was your thoughts on that fight, that Boo Boo David Benevidez?
I think Benevidez is a very big and imposing type of fighter. I think Benevidez boxes when he has to, but imposes his will when he wants to. And Boo Boo's a great fighter. I think he's been a great fighter. I watch him in the amateurs and the pros. But like I said, you put a monster versus a monster. The only thing that separates them is the size. Size is an imposing thing. And Benevidez showed you that he can impose his will and his size on just about anybody in that division.
I got to ask you about one more guy. Then I'm going to let Squeeze get back at it because he going to fuss me out when we get off air for asking questions. But Sabril Matias.
I like the way he actually fought. I honestly, me and Jalil were watching that fight, and we had different opinions in the first couple of rounds. But I thought he actually he had a guy who had been getting knockouts, but not at the level of the guys he had been fighting. So he said, "Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and make this young boy punch himself out." So he had a very high guard defense, and he kept stepping to him. And if you notice, after he would get the shots off, Matias would step to him, and the kid had to work again. It wasn't like he chose to work again. He had to because his space was invaded. So once he got to the 4th round and the punches started coming a little slower and didn't have that same zest on them, then you started seeing Matias say, now I can add the experience shots. He didn't try to outspeed him. He just was sticking punches in there and saying, hey, if they land correctly, they'll get the outcome I'm looking for. So I thought he fought a brilliant fight.
One more. I'm going to throw one more in there. Lamont Roach.
Shout out to Lamont Roach. Congrats to the homie. I think I said before the fight, I think if it went to a decision, I thought he was going to win the decision. I thought if it didn't go to a decision, that it was a stoppage, I thought that he might not have been on the upside of that. But he showed me that the boxing got him to the point where he could hurt his opponent, which was Garcia. He hurt him. He went in there and attempted to get the finish, but when it wasn't there, he did a veteran thing. He went back to what got him to that position. He went back to boxing. So I thought he fought a brilliant fight. Once again, you saw guys' maturity step to the forefront. And a lot of times, like you saw in the Matias fight, he had a young guy that might didn't have a boxing maturity or what some call a boxing IQ that, okay, this guy got a high guard defense. I'm not going to punch through it. Let me start boxing. Let's see what happens. And you saw Roach do the direct opposite. He went out there and said, okay, I didn't get the stoppage. Let me go back and secure these rounds. And I thought he did a great job.
Is Hector damaged goods?
No. I don't think Hector damaged goods. I think at times we want to rate a person after a poor performance, but I don't think Hector had a poor performance. I think Hector just fought 2 guys back to back that were at a different level than he was. See, you got a lot of levels to this boxing, but when you get to that world championship level, all those guys at that level are top level guys. But then there's a separation. You have guys that are gatekeepers, you got contenders, you got world champions, and then you have superstars. And when you get a world champion in the ring and you put him against a superstar, that's what happened 2 fights ago. They put Hector Garcia in there with a superstar, Gervonta Davis, and the superstar did what superstars are and should do. They showed that they're a superstar. They showed it's a level above just being a champion.
Hey,
And that's how it goes. Everything has levels. Everybody would draft 5 or 6 different quarterbacks. We all would draft Doug Williams. He won a Super Bowl. We all would draft Joe Montana. He won several Super Bowls. We all would draft Tom Brady. But if we could only pick one, I think most of us would pick Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He wins at a different level.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of a lot of my favorite quarterbacks didn't win Super Bowls. Randall Cunningham, Michael Vick, a lot. They didn't win Super Bowls. They were exciting, but it was something extra special when a guy like Tom Brady can figure it out that many times.
They were special, but they ain't win championships.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It's just I don't downgrade them because they didn't have one.
No.
Yeah, everybody loved Dan Marino, but he ain't win one either.
Nope.
You know, so I think it's just when you get to the different levels, Hector is by no means damaged goods, but it's different levels even at being a champion. You know, it's different levels even at that.
So let me ask you this, Mr. Bernard, because you opened up the door. So I gotta ask you this question for something you just said. You said when superstars get on that level, they show you why they superstars.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask you about Shakur Stevenson. Is he a superstar like they say he is?
I don't think he's a superstar, and the reason I don't think that it has nothing to do with his boxing. I think he's moved up in weight, and the guys get bigger and stronger as you move up in weight, and he's not a big power puncher. And I would say in this day and time where people come to see knockouts, people come to see the biggest way to finish a fight. If that's not what you're doing, it's kind of hard to become a superstar because you're not giving what they're looking for. But that's no knock to his skill set.
All right, see, you finished. 3 questions later.
Go ahead, Squeeze. I apologize, Squeeze. You the host.
Yeah. Well, shit. I ain't know it was 2 Steve Harveys on here. You know what I mean? Only got 1 check. I'm going this way. I don't know which way he
Tuesday or Thursday. I thought it was Tuesday or Thursday when Steve Harvey take off.
Okay, champ. I'm going this way. I don't know which way he just went, but I'm gonna do it like this because I can do it. I know one thing. He need to stay away from your son. That's number 1, because that pity pat shit ain't gonna work with Jalil Hackett. He gonna close. He gonna put that pressure on his ass. He gonna walk through all that pity pat and shit, cut the ring off, make that nigga fight, and he going to sleep. Bottom line. And for everybody out there don't know, give him the date and what's your son fighting for?
He fights this coming Friday, December the 1st, and he'll be fighting for the WBC Silver Youth title.
And where is he ranked to date?
I really don't keep up with the rankings though. That ain't my thing. You know, I let other people keep up with that. I keep up with the guy that's in front of us.
Got you. But do the rankings help with marketability?
Oh shit!
Like marketability wise?
I won't say they help with marketability because they probably got 10 or 20 they probably got 10 or 20 champions that you don't know about that are holding major world titles.
Got you.
So if it was just give me a belt and I'm marketable, then that philosophy will work with everybody. But when I give prime example, Tank don't need a title.
Nope.
Tank could go out here and say, I'm gonna go buy a belt from JC Penney's. Do anybody want to fight me for that belt? And that belt would be the most sought after belt you ever saw in boxing. A leather belt from JC Penney's. Why? But Javante Davis said, I will fight y'all for this leather belt from JC Penney. And if you beat me, you can have this belt. And if they beat him and they get the belt, then guess what? They gonna be talking about, well, I rematch you for your belt, and somebody else gonna be like, nah, I'll fight you for his belt. So it can't be, that. I think for young fighters, it may very well be to jump off to their career, but the fans, if they deem you as their superstar, that next guy, then you become that guy, and it becomes incumbent on you to live up to the expectations of the performance every time you fight. When you look at, I always got to revert to it. You look at people like Tank, you look at people like Mike Tyson, you look at Terry Norris, it's certain fighters you look at, and they always live up to the expectation of the outcome of a fight.
Let the church say amen.
Jalil Hackett.
Hey, we trying to continue.
Jalil Hackett.
We
Every
try to do
time
it.
we come see him, he living up to the expectations so far.
Yeah, so far
Every time somebody got to pay for all that hard work and that cut.
Yeah. And like I said, as long as we continue to do that, being able to train with, people like Tank, being able to train with people like Truck, being able to train with people like, Jerron Ennis, we've had opportunities. I think it makes it, for lack of a better word, not easier, but I think it changes your concept of where you have to be when you get in the ring. Because when you go in the ring with those guys and they say, hey, Slim gave me work, and they invite you back to do it again, then when you go in the ring with somebody who's not one of those guys, you owe them the respect of living up to what they did to help you get ready and do the performance that's expected.
Yeah.
People pay to see a good show.
So when Jalil win on December the 1st, correct?
Correct.
When Jalil wins December the 1st, and he wins in an emphatic fashion, what would you think this do for his career?
I think it lets people know that he is a viable player in the game. I think anytime you can hold one of the major governing bodies titles that they have, it shows people that you're a player in the game. And then it makes it where people can't discredit you, or they can't overlook you. They have to basically deal with you, because I see a lot of times you'll see fighters, and I always told my son, don't start calling people out until you've established yourself as done something. And I think this would be his first step in establishing I've done something, if he can capture this, youth title. And at that point, it's, hey, where do we go from here? He's never been one to shy away from a fight. He's never been one to have natural fear of any opponent. He doesn't mind who it is. So I think for him, the first step is doing what we have to do on Friday, capturing that title, and then going back and sitting, talking with the team and saying, hey, what is the next move that we need to be doing? Because I think at that point in time, he's ready to say, I want to continue my pace and step up.
All right, I'm going to give you this, Mr. Bernard, and then I'm going to let Senior ask you a couple of closeout questions.
Dang, I get the opportunity?
It's round 5. Jalil comes back to the corner. You looked over at the other corner. You could tell he hurt him from a body shot. When he goes out in round 6, if that guy don't answer the bell, what would you tell him looking across at the other fighter's body language, the start of round 6? Go at him, see if you can finish him, be cautious, or box your way back into the knockout.
If he has somebody in front of him that I see is visibly hurt, especially from a body shot or a particular shot, at that point, I'm telling my son, impose your will, because he's wounded. And a wounded animal does fight extremely hard. But at the end of the day, that's a wounded animal. And if you're not wounded and you created the wound, it's time to start looking to finish. Because what you don't want to let this person do is get a false narrative of he hurt me once, but it might have been luck. No, it's not luck. Let me go in here and look for the finish. But look for it behind boxing with the IQ of defense first while you walk, and then put your punches together. You know, like I always say, we get a man hurt, you be like a Roman army. The Roman army never ran at you, but when they walked at you, you could hear the thunder coming.
All access, international. You got anything else for him?
Oh, I'm allowed to ask questions again?
That's what we just asked you. Watch your mouth. Don't be disrespectful, because I get Mr. Bernard to train me for your ass.
Hey, Mr. Bernard.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talks going around on who might be Tank's next opponent. If you had the option for you to pick, who would you pick?
Anybody, because it's the same outcome. I mean, quite honestly, I don't really see anybody at 30, 35, and I would include 40 that can beat him. And you know, of course, all of them want to fight him. Tank is like the Powerball. Shit, I want to fight him for the Powerball. I'm 50 years old. Shit, I like them checks too. But when you talking about a fight that you think is going to be competitive, I think at this point in Tank's career, he's made everything to where it doesn't have to be competitive. He slowed this thing down so much in his own mind that everything else looks like a hurricane, but he's standing in the middle eating off a plate. You know, and when you can get to that point, it don't matter who it is they put in front of you, because they're still going 100 miles an hour. He's figured out how to slow this down.
What's up, Coach Calvin?
What's up, man? A smile in the house again.
My guy, Coach Calvin.
What's up, man?
Man, it's always good with you, brother. You know that.
What's happening, bro?
Man, hey, just prepare for Friday, man. Just prepare for Friday.
Man, the work has already been in the pudding, man. I'm just waiting to see how it tastes.
Hey, man, if y'all don't know, that guy has done so much instrumental stuff to help my son's career, and him and Kenny don't never take their battle. And you know, when you see all these different awards being given out, accolades being given out, I always say it. Me and you had to talk about it. Squeeze, we had to talk about it. If you got the guy that is the fighter of the year for that year, how is it humanly possible for his coach not to be coach of the year? It doesn't seem possible. And if you have the reigning king of boxing, he's the cash cow, he's the pound for pound top guy. If you have all of that, then his coach should not be able to win the award. He's now the measuring stick. Because if you're measuring your fighter against Tank, then how are you not measuring your coach against his coaching staff? When they give out Super Bowl rings, everybody gets one in the organization, including the coach. So if how that's done, then the logic piece doesn't make sense that somebody can say Tank Davis is the fighter of the year, but his coaching staff is not the coaching staff of the year, because he doesn't do it alone. And when I look at how they do some of this stuff, I've seen fighters who are very good fighters with very good coaches, and you can see that the coach is the water boy, because the fighter doing what he want to do. When you look at Tank, his team is doing that. His team is saying, where we're at. When Floyd was telling Tank, hey, on the unofficial card, shorty, they got you down. Coach Calvin, I respect him. He said, that's the unofficial card, shorty. We on point. Floyd said, show me you great. Go be great. And Tank did it. So it wasn't that he diffused anything of what he said, But he was like, hey, I'm the joystick. I don't have a problem being that because we're a team. But this dude right here, they the game planners. When you see him, I think it was the Nunez fight. He said something to Tank, and then he said, hey, Kenny, what you got? Hey, Kenny, what you got? Kenny said, hey, X, Y, and Z. That's a staff. That's a staff. That's a team. That's a fighter and a team. So when I'm with them, I try to grab that same thing. I'm saying, hey, what we doing? Where we at?
You do, Bernard. You do. You do.
When Coach Calvin was walking back down the runway 3 fights ago, I think Mia had a fight coming, so Kenny ran in the back. I said, oh, Coach, come on. We got to get out here.
Yeah.
And I explained it to my son in the aftermath. I said, Coach Calvin, go ahead and floor this. I got it. I'm the second. Because once again, he was in camp with him for the majority of the time. They had done some stuff in camp that I'm like, oh, shit, they done did this.
No, people ain't know Jalil had it in it. Then he came back. Then he came back at here in Baltimore, got in there on the workout and still remember shit. I was like, God damn.
So once again, when you look at him as a coach, how can you tell me that? I'm gonna tell you, go back to my IG post. Me and you talked about this, Squeeze. They don't know how much me and you talk. When I said when Tank fought in January in DC and Jalil got the uppercut, boom, put the guy away. Tank got the put him out, boom. We was together, and the lady said, should we start watching to see what Jalil knocked somebody out with since he in camp with Tank, and we can bet that that's the punch? So once again, when you talk about coaching, it's also talking about what else is he teaching and who else is he teaching.
Yeah.
So don't see them guys don't get their roses enough for what they do. But I always tell them they do great stuff, and they do it like men. You know, when we win Vegas, and this was, I think, Jalil's second fight, maybe, I'm not quite sure about which one it was, is when him and Tank did the 15 rounds. Coach Kenny seen me in the gym the night before. Calvin said, we got to go because we got to do the press conference. The Barrios fight. My bad, Barrios. Yeah. He said, we got to do press conference. Kenny said, I seen some stuff that Jalil did good, but I seen some stuff I ain't like. I'm going to stay here. He stayed there and worked with Jalil. He stayed there and did that. So for me, it's not, I got to say this about these guys, but they don't pat themselves on the back. They ain't looking for the spotlight of the camera. They looking for the W, and that's what I've learned from them. I shine when he win. So it's not about me. I ain't jumping in front of the camera. I ain't doing all that stuff. Because if he don't win, they don't care about me. At the end of the day, the product is what they came to see. Yeah. They cared about George Seifert because he had Joe Montana.
Well, Mr. Bernard, I can tell you this. When you said you ain't lie, when you say follow the coaches. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. Me following all Access International would have had me outside of T-Mobile Arena. When I see you behind the we went around the back seat like the fuck over. I was doing a stinky leg, like my leg was killing me. So see you like, get your old ass, come on, man, like that, right? So I should have left your old ass at the Airbnb. So I see Mr. Bernard and see you ain't see him. I say, Mr. Bernard, and I lip ran over there. They was getting up in there. I say, let me hold your bags.
Yeah, let's go. Hey,
see you like, yo, you, I say, yo, let me hold your bag. See you like, shit, let me hold the water bottle. Yo was like, Squeeze was gonna leave me. I said, shit, this our way in, baby. This our way in. Yo, we got in that mother. He was laughing at me till he see Bernard say, no, he with us, he good. Like that, right? And see, he ain't had nothing in his hand. He said, yo, let me hold the water bottle.
Y'all stupid.
Hey, Squeeze. I felt like Coach Calvin for a minute. They was like, nah, he with him. I said, oh, yeah, he with me. Let's go. You know, Calvin is saying, he with me, he he with me. Calvin point at a motherfucker he don't even know. Be like, yeah, he trying to get to the car.
Yeah, yo, you got us in.
With Calvin don't play no games. He ain't gonna stand that long if you ain't
Nah,
running.
he ain't standing long at all.
We be laughing at me. I like, listen, I watch Coach Calvin. I see how he doing. He gonna tell security one time. If you look around and you stepped off, you left. You with me. Hi.
Hey, Slim, when he told us to go in the other side of the room at the fight when what was the fight?
That was the round
Man,
fight.
we went over there like you said. The other dude's like, man, I'm a celebrity. I'm a rapper. Man, when security pushed on him, hey, Coach Calvin, what about McGee? Never turned around. I thought he lost his hearing. I said, oh, Lord, Calvin lost his hearing, y'all. How you gonna do? He lost his hearing. You see the people calling him, and he not turning around. I think he was deaf. Hey, Slim, I died. Hey, I think Coach Calvin was calling you. I told him going the other side of the room. I died when you said that. I was done.
Hey man, I was smart. I went in the other side of the room.
Me and you went together. We eased right on over there, sat in the corner with the sofa. Hey, we watched them when they was putting everybody out. Like, damn, they were walking them people out there. But Calvin, he turned around and said, oh, Lord, he lost his hearing. He lost his hearing. Hey,
yeah, man. Yo, it was tight, yo. It was tight.
Yo, I didn't fight y'all on fight night, man.
Hey, Scream. You seen that joint? You seen that? We seen all the fighters trying to get back there, couldn't get back there. So if you telling me this was the situation, and he a rock star, and he gave you a rock star performance, how are we? I would rather you tell me Tank can't be on the pound for pound list because, like Mayweather, when he was on it, they're the measuring stick. Y'all can pick 10 people, but then put me as the top, like. Because once again, if he's the measure stick, I can't be 1 through 10, so y'all can have a top 10. Because every time, look, every night, he like Jordan in the playoffs at the United Center, he give you 50. He give you 50.
Hey.
You can start to count at 50. Yeah, you can start to count at 50 because he's gonna give you the 50. Once again, so if that's the case. And we give Phil Jackson all the credit we give him for them 6 championships. Why it don't work in the sport we got?
Dirty.
I can't, because once again.
You know something, Bernard? When I sit back and look at Floyd's dad and his uncle, they never gave him their props.
Yeah, that's crazy. How can that man be the boxer of the year 4 or 5 years? Should have been 10 years in a row. But his father not be the coach of the year 4 or 5 years, 10 years in a row. Do the comparison. Count 6 or 7 fights in a row when Mayweather was fighting the best guy. And then count Tank 6 or 7 fights in a row. He's fighting the best guy. Now go to anybody who they want to put on any list ahead of Tank and look at their last 5 or 6 people in a row. You can't name 3 of them. You can't name 3 of them. So you gonna tell me this guy who gave you 10 boxes of Frosted Flakes is compared to a guy that gave you cornflakes? Come on, that didn't have no sugar on it. You can't compare. You can't compare them. And when you think about it, if you look at that stretch of fights that Tank put together, the one person that if you want to argue, oh man, he wasn't that. That's a guy that don't want none of y'all want to fight. Pitbull Cruz. If he ain't that good, then why ain't none of y'all running to fight him?
Yeah.
If he ain't that good, see, that's the thing about
high risk, low reward.
Once again, I ain't seen none of them jump out there, and I'm gonna tell you my guy that Tank for my guy, Mario Barrios.
Yes, sir.
Look. Did he stop Mario Barrios?
Yeah. He stopped and Barrios, he back on top again.
And, not just that, he's back on top as a welterweight.
Yeah, so he back on top.
Stop this man. So if Tank stopped this guy, and he has not been stopped as a welterweight, and he beat the man who beat Pacquiao, you mean to tell me that you can honestly ask that question of who I think the best fight for Tank is? Find one of them at 135 that doesn't beat a welterweight. If you can find one of those, that's the best guy. But until you find one of those, then you can't. who do I want to see Tank give a payday to? That's what you basically asking. Who do you want him to give a payday to?
I may
Because
take a page out too, bro.
who else did it? We can't do 60-40 and you ain't done nothing but 20% of the guys I beat. That don't make sense. The concept of negotiation, if you look it up in the dictionary, is when two factions are on equal grounds. Instead of war, we negotiate. Who's on equal ground with him? You tell me somebody on equal ground, then we can negotiate. But if we're not on equal ground, what are we negotiating? I mean, once again, it got to make sense. I thought Ryan had some position because he bought a large group of fan base, but that's the only thing. If you look at any of the rest of the guys, they don't even bring a large group of fan base, and they not knocking out nobody.
Well,
Tank, man,
in Ron's
if Tank
situation, like you said,
was a doctor, he couldn't be mine. If Tank was a doctor, he couldn't be mine because all his patients be flatlining.
You're right about that, Bernard. When you sit back and look at it, each one of them trying to find some negotiation because they already know when they sit at the table, they ain't got no bargaining chips.
None. You don't have nothing to bargain with. And you really get a worse situation for bargaining when you start looking at the fact, I'll rely on that. He beat a welterweight. Mario Barrios is the interim WBC welterweight champion.
Yeah.
Once again, he ain't been knocked out at welterweight. I don't even think he's been put down at welterweight. And we got a 135 that stopped him? Come on, bro.
Let the casuals that don't know nothing about the sport howl out. He ain't fought nobody and talking about some goddamn Devin and Shakur. Stop.
Hey, man.
Stop.
Hey, I think Shakur is an excellent boxer. I have no question in his boxing ability. I think the move up in weight, size might become an issue. But when you look at Devin, I think Devin can box, but there's no fear factor from him. I don't see a fear factor. I don't see nothing that would make me scared. I just don't see that part of it. And like I said, when Tank hit people, you know you got hit by Tank. When he hits you, you know you got hit. And that's like I said, you got a 35 guy that can put that type of hurt on you. And that's why I say all the time, I don't mind who they offer us to fight, because if you can go in there with Tank and Tank made, like I said, he blessing you. He couldn't be my doctor. Then how the world am I worried about anybody else?
So you saying in microcosm, they coming in the ring with a 22, a 38 revolver, Tank bringing in a sawed-off shotgun.
You gave them too much credit. They coming in with a slingshot. they coming in with a slingshot, and Tank got a Sherman tank. That ain't gonna work. And then on top of that, he still listens to the team. I always go back to it. I done seen Calvin tell him, "Hey Slim, let me get a little boxing in there." And I'm looking like, damn, Calvin, he fucking this nigga up. Man, let me see some boxing. Man, when he say that, I always be wanting him to take the camera and stay in the corner. So Kenny be like, man, you don't let him kill this motherfucker.
That's not a quarter time.
Man, it's like Coach Calvin, he understands what I've learned from him as a coach. Coach Calvin knows how to make sure that the entertainment factor is not missed, and he sells tickets for the next fight. Coach Kenny, he just barbaric. He get a nigga knocked out. We on Mike Tyson's schedule, man. Got his hot dog in the fight over. Can't take outside the arena. Can't take damn hot dog outside the arena. I can't Calvin understand. He told my son one time, Jalil was sparring, and when he was sparring, he was like, "Can you beat this kid?" He's like, "Yeah." He said, "All right, sell some tickets now. Sell some tickets. If you know we can get them in any round, let the fans want to come back and see more." And when you look at the fights as Tank has progressed, especially in the last 7, 8, 9 fights, if you notice, that show part is getting to be more and more. It's times when I think he could just finish it, I thought he could have. I thought he might have could have finished Garcia a round earlier or so. But if you look how he started slipping his head off, fired a hook body shot. It's
Yeah.
like he wanted people to see the hook body shot. Then when he got tired of letting you see that, then he put the coup de grace on there. Okay, this one over. That's that maturity level I want my son to get to, where you can sell tickets but still be that monster. You know, he give him 3
Yo,
breakaways
hit
and
that motherfucker so hard. He said, I can't see. How you knock the sight out of a motherfucker?
And we're talking
I
about
can hear you knock the shit out of a person, but knock the sight. Like, yo, hit him, and we was right there. Mr. Bernard, we was on the phone with you.
We was together.
And I heard something go, bam! And I looked around, and they say, dummy, you looking the wrong way. I'm like, where the fuck that came from?
Yeah, all 3 of us were standing by. Yeah, you right. Yeah, it was a wrap. Once
somebody
again,
just got shot. Well, everybody ducked. That's how hard Tank hit him. They thought somebody was shooting. Everybody hit the floor. I say, get them. I like, ain't nowhere in the world, yo.
They give you everything. Like I said, I love when my son in camp with them. I love when they call him up for spawn for whatever the situation, because he learns so much. Like I said, he's. I always say my son is the best young prospect, but he's the understudy to the main role. Tank is the actual main guy. He's gonna win the actor of the year award, whatever the best man is. But to be able to play that understudy spot, it prepares you to be able to do it, because you're not just learning the lines, you learning the emphasis to put on the situations. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. It's like they get caught up, and I know all the words, but yeah, you don't know how to put the emphasis on it where we get that Academy Award performance. And that's what he get to learn when he with them. He learns those things. When Tank tell him certain stuff when they spawn, like Tank can really talk to you while he spawn with you. No joke. Tank done told Jalil a couple of times, Sean, you got to throw that this way. How the hell you going to tell somebody throw that this way and they throwing it at you? And I ain't going to undercut my son. My son can crack. I know he can fire. And you got to do it. How do you feel comfortable saying that? Because he's already got to a point where he's good. His semen already hardened. He already knows. So that's what young fighters get. That I think when these 10, 11 fights, I want to fight the best fighter in my division. You ain't take time to learn your game. You ain't take time to learn your craft. So if they put you on that stage, you just look like a guy who knew the words, but you didn't know how to put the emphasis on stuff. I want my son to be the guy that not only knows the words, but knows where to put the emphasis at.
But Mr. Bernard, we get ready to do closing arguments. Thanks for joining us. But before we get out of here,
one thing about Squeeze, he gonna cut that show.
Man, I got work tomorrow. I got bills to pay. Mr. Bernard got get on an airplane. He got stuff he got to do. We know you lonely, but Calvin busy. Everybody busy seeing you.
Hey.
What we expecting from Jalil December the 1st?
Another dominant performance.
Bottom line.
Yeah, nothing else needs to be said.
If you could give us a prediction, that's what you giving us?
Yep, it's not a requirement for the guy to get knocked out, but it is a requirement for him to get beat up.
Anything you got for him, Coach Calvin?
No, I just had this conversation with a friend of mine in Philly. You know, at the end of the day, they're only gonna talk about your last performance. So your performance got to look right.
Yeah,
you going down too, right? With Killer, right?
All right, man. We got Killer, we got Malik Warren, we got Jalil. Shit, everybody fight. Man, I'm going with the hitters.
This is a GTD card. This is a GTD card.
I'm going with the hitters. I'm going with the hitters.
Damn.
Yo, y'all don't know what's coming down the storm, man. Shit, y'all don't know. People think we playing. I'm trying to get to a point like, man, fuck it, let's fight. Man, like you doing the averages. I remember the averages, man. You see the number 1 seed against the number 2 seed.
Y'all got Malik, Mia, Jalil. You got kids going to Silver Gloves, kids going to Nationals. Man, when do y'all get a break?
We putting
Yeah.
it together, man. That's how it's supposed to be, man.
It's
They train, they fight, and they get a reward.
Hey, Mr. Bernard, man. Thank you for gracing us with your presence. Every time you come on, you drop knowledge and jewels. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you here on the show with us, man.
Man, it's always family. Like I said, Baltimore done opened their arms and accepted us in, and we rock with the family. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Thank you, brother. I
Tell
see you on that plane, man, so we can kick it.
Yes, we will.
Tell
We
Jalil.
got work to do. We got to look good in Texas.
Yes, we. Hey, this that first piece of hardware, Jack. You told Jalil 2 fights ago, hey boy, we gonna get you some hardware. So now we coming to get the hardware. First of many. Follow the blueprint. It's already been
They
laid
don't
out.
get it. They done taught us the game.
strap season.
They done taught us the game, man. I'm waiting for that smile. That's the next move, brother.
Yeah,
That smile
buddy.
will be everywhere.
Prime.
Movie King.
Smoothie King, right back at you with another one. Big C, aka Vitamin C. Thanks for the 5-piece McNugget. Bring the kids to see my mom tonight. Watching y'all on the TV. Can y'all give Miss Vanessa a shout out?
Shout out, Miss Vanessa.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Damn. That's the way we're gonna close the year out. We gotta close the year out with a bang.
You gotta help your son with his predictions, though, Miss Vanessa.
Oh, Al Raphael said he gonna be in the building. That's the one that that do the shirts, Al Javante shirts that we get.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
He said he gonna be in the building.
Okay.
Pull up on me, man.
Pull up on no. Don't pull up on him. Ask somebody to get his attention. Yo, that was a setup. Yo, I ain't gonna let you go down that road, yo. I've been doing that motherfucker for 16 years. Don't pull up on him. Just ask somebody, hey, yo, you know Cal, tell him look over here, yo.
We ain't getting no more shirts high school. He's pull up on it.
It'll be a rat. GTD.
Y'all crazy, man. Hey, man, I'm glad I popped up with y'all, man.
And I appreciate you, Coach. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Bernard,
Alan Johnson said he'd be there too in Houston.
All right, so, hey, my Houston family, we be there in Houston.
Yeah. What time you flying out tomorrow, Mr. Bernard?
We fly out tomorrow evening. I think we out of there at like 6 o'clock. So we'll be there. We'll be in Houston at like 9.
I thought it was Wednesday.
Oh, they got us flying out tomorrow.
Oh,
God damn. That's right. Y'all main event.
Man, cut it. You know what? Calvin said you main event. He said, man, who been at Carnegie Hall, and we was just happy to get on our regular stage, man. Leave us alone, man.
Hey, just have everything prepped for us so when we come in, we are comfortable.
Man, we gonna do it, man. We gonna do it. Like I said,
my man.
all the work came to this. I appreciate you, Coach, 100% always.
All I can tell you, you better be there and grab that bag.
Smoothie King.
Grab the bag, get Kitty to get the water bottle. Smoothie King, right? You're like, yo, squeeze it. Is it a water bottle in the bag? Yo, my dumb ass looking at the bag. She can ready to grab my arm and shit.
I told you, come on. I said, come on.
I know. Mr. Bernard said, come on. She was like, but what about me? Smoothie King. Right back, I said, he showed me the ropes and I got up off him. Quick. Oh, you man, Charles Williams Jr. Thanks for the 5-piece McNugget. Calvin, Kenny, Bernard, and ER. I think she's a little typo there.
Appreciate you, Miss Tanya.
Thank you, Miss Tanya. Appreciate you. Hey, yo, I'm out of here, man. I got work to do tomorrow.
Oh no, Senior say you can't go nowhere, yo. You got be on here all night with him and shit. He lonely, Calvin. Don't leave him. You know how you like, look, hey, Calvin, when you was out there doing your thing, and you like, all right, shop closed. I'm going in. I'm like, Calvin, can I follow you? Look, I got a pocket full of money I just made. Hey, Calvin, where you going at, man?
Why you gotta keep putting that soft ass voice on?
Because I want to be humble. Because I want to be
bad.
Because
I put that soft ass voice on it.
I want him to feel sorry for me.
I would say like this: you ain't going with me,
Man,
I want you to feel sorry for me because I ain't got nowhere to go.
man, I'm about to get Jalil home. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, man.
Hey, we see y'all Sunday with a celebration, man.
See you Sunday.
All right.
All right, Mr. Bernard.
All right.
Close out the show.
All right, that's why I ain't want to hold him to. I know he was great. You know what I mean? He
No,
already graced us.
with you.
Yeah, he already graced us. I ain't want to keep him too long.
Dominican blow, stay out my line, man.
Damn, Dominican.
Yeah, man, watch me go get lunch, man.
Damn, let me get up off here. I don't want him following me.
My way to stay at, man, putting people in my business and all that.
Oh
man.
shit, let me get up off here. This is Smoothie King with all assets in this room. Right back at y'all. Thanks for the super chats. We love you. The show was fire, peace, and hair grease.
See y'all tomorrow.